Hello, my name is Aaron Brown. This is my channel. Hi, welcome to my channel, man.
You all right? Great, man. You okay?
Hi, welcome to my channel. How you doing?
Let's get a few more of those.
Let's get a few more of those. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Hey, man. Hi.
Hey.
Hello? Okay, some of that's got to be usable, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Easy, man.
We got Tim Pool.
You're going
Kim
too hard.
Iverson clip is incredible. She exposes Tim Pool and his secret meeting with Netanyahu.
Okay.
That he tweeted about.
Who?
And other people posted Instagram photos from. And what the Israelis were talking about and their concerns. And, I'd like to thank Kim Iverson for this.
Yeah, she's
Admittedly,
not
it's a slow
interested,
news
man.
day, but I think we get an opportunity to expose what it means to be a grifter. We had Kim Iverson on the show. I was a fan for a while. But she seems to have gone off the deep end. I suppose It's a desperate bid for relevance, as is with many people. She recently produced this segment accusing me of...
Hey, man, lay off her, man. Give her a break. Hey, she's doing her best, man.
Boom.
Yeah, I used to be a fan of her, then she was mean to me, so I'm no longer a fan. Please like and subscribe and, do this kind of crap. Oh, man, you know what I just found out? I hate when people talk about this when, like, a famous actor dies. They're like, oh, man, God died. Yeah. They get all serious. Oh, man, God died. He's really great. Guy was really great in Air Bud, too. He's great. But a great actor did just die. What's the guy's name? Nicky Katt. Underrated actor, Nicky Katt. My favorite Nicky Katt movie is just like, he was just in it a little bit. The Limey. Let's play the Limey clip where he's being mean to that guy at the pool table.
I'm just kidding. Are these your corners, right? Yeah. What the fuck is this guy doing? I don't know. What the fuck's going on, man?
So anyway, you think I went completely off track. I did not. Tim Pool met with this guy, Netanyahu. This is really the only thing I can think of that I would do if I met that guy. Maybe he has a notebook. Maybe he has a notebook or something. Maybe his cell phone or something. I would throw it. And he's like, what are you doing? Why'd you do that? I go, I don't know. What's going on, man? But anyway, yeah, we've watched this guy's channel a lot because it's what we call easy to make fun of. Because it's just like a little kid. It's like a little kid. The Little Kid News Network.
LKNN. Well, okay, whatever.
Like, why is he meeting with this guy? Does he even know? No, he does not. Hey, man, is this your hat here? Hey, that's my hat. What are we going to do, man?
What's going on, man?
We've had Kim Iverson on the show. I was a fan for a while.
Then what happened?
But she seems to have gone off the deep end. I suppose it's a desperate bid for relevance, as is with many people.
She's mentally
She
ill.
recently produced this segment accusing me of being a shill for Israel.
Okay, whoa. Hey, okay. We got a full-on attitude alert right here. So you've earned yourself one of these.
Boom.
That attitude needs to be fully checked and vetted. ASAP, my man.
For Israel.
No.
Yeah, so many people are just dumb, as dumb can be.
Hey.
It's like, you've got to live in a box.
I do live in a box. It's my house. Okay, anyway, sorry.
You either are or are not pro or anti-Israel. And,
Exactly.
my stance being very much always just kind of, show me the facts, I don't care about your tribe. That means that I'm pro-Russia, pro-Ukraine sometimes.
Okay.
Anti and pro-Israel. We've been accused.
Yeah, definitely makes sense with something like that. Yeah, they're both doing their best and, just have fun. Yeah, what's my stance on this whole thing? Both. What does that mean, both? Hey, some of this, some of that. Okay, well, what does that mean? Exactly. What?
Now, this meeting was held under something called Chatham House Rules, for which Kim Iverson so hilariously mispronounces because she's never heard of it.
Hey, give her a break, man. Hey, give Kim a break, bro. Hey, Kim, what's up? My name's Tim. How you doing? Is this your microphone? Hey, you just threw my microphone. Yeah, I don't know. What's going on, man? What's going on here, man? Okay, enough. That's the last one. No more. In honor of the great actor. Okay, no more.
Now, this meeting was held under something called Chatham House Rules, for which Kim Iverson so hilariously mispronounces because she's never heard of it. And the point I had made was,
okay,
journalists know what Chatham House Rules means. And for
no,
those
they
who are
do
not
not.
familiar, it means you're going to an event where you cannot disclose the identities of participants.
Okay.
But everything said is not confidential. Okay. It's on the record. Just not attributable to a single individual, they'll deny it. If you want an official on-the-record statement quoted to an individual, then you request it, and they will say yes or no.
Okay, so this should alarm you, because
Why?
This wasn't just a conversation, it was a controlled environment.
Hey, Tim, shut the hell up. Hey, let her talk, man, even though...
She spit on them.
Okay, so this should alarm you because
Why?
this wasn't just a conversation.
shut
it
up.
was a controlled environment curated by a foreign government with the explicit purpose of shaping how you, the audience, see the world.
Better not.
Half-truths and manipulations. It was not curated by a foreign government. In fact, the requests came from U.S. interests. Now, I suppose it means very little because these were pro-Israel U.S. interests, obviously. And the people who were there were almost, I would say, largely pro-Israel.
Oh,
I would also add,
shocker.
because it's not my place to, you look at how they're coming at me over this. It's not my place to come out and say, who was there? It was private. I respect that. I respect sources.
Oh, man. This guy, Tim, he's in what we call Forrest Gumpian territory at this point, I believe. This is very Forrest Gump-esque, you know. How did this guy get here? He's a less likable Forrest Gump. Actually, I never really found Forrest Gump that likable. I did actually meet him once, and I said, "Are those your chocolates there?" Okay, no more of that. No more of that. I already promised. But this lady is right in her little segment. It's like, why would this guy want to talk to you? I think the reason's pretty obvious. Hey, I just wanted to hang out. Oh, weird. I just saw this. I just honestly wanted to meet you. I'm a big fan of your... Then he looks around. Hats and skateboards. And I just thought this. Can you talk good about Israel on your podcast? It's an idea. Would you mind, I don't know, laundering the image of my country? I don't know, you know. Hey, I just thought of that. Just thought of that just now. What's the deal with Kim Iverson? She's some kind of nut job or something? Don't know much about her. But she's right on this one. It's like, why do you think this guy wants to meet with you? He's like, I'll go. Yeah, I don't know. I would probably guess that they don't just want to hang out with a goofy internet social media guy. That's just a guess.
They want their narrative out there, and they're
No, they
hoping
do
you
not.
believe them.
Oh, right.
Half-truth when she frames it nefariously, as
Whoa.
if I am simply just going to walk in there and go, the prime minister said this, I believe it.
You kind of
When
are.
in fact,
okay.
my argument, and I'll say this again, I outright
Right.
told the Israelis, in 10 years, you will not have support from your support from the U.S. will be waning, and in 20 years, the U.S. won't be a part of this equation anymore. Like,
Right.
outright saying.
Oh, man, he lost his audience on this one. What does this say? Why would the government of Israel want to meet with influencers / podcasters if not to try to shape what they say online? Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of this.
Boom.
I'm with Kim on this one. He is trying hard to justify what's clearly at best shady journalism. Hey, well, he is a journalist. You got that part right. Yeah, so I think this lady Kim has a pretty big following, you know, so this guy's like, hey, man, hey, lay off me, I'm just a guy, or whatever he's saying. I wasn't really listening. But this is not real news or anything like that. This is just odd, mostly. Odd and unsettling, you know? Because he's like, look, I'll meet with a world leader. I'm a very important journalist, so I will meet with world leaders. But I looked at the list of people who were invited to this thing. You know, there's some article that's like, Netanyahu invites podcasters. Oh, what the hell does it say? Netanyahu pushes back on anti-Israel trends in meeting with podcasters. The other people who were invited to this are like Dave Rubin and a bunch of people like that. So it's basically like, hey, who are some dingbats we can talk to? Probably at the top of the list of people they invited it says list of dingbats. List of...
Pendejo.
And then he went, okay, no more. That's the last one. I feel sorry for this guy sometimes because he is a little kid, you know? But I like the idea he's like, to correct this lady, I actually went and I gave that guy a real piece of my mind. Like, really, the problem is being invited to that in the first place. It's like, hey, we think you're a ding-dong, basically what they're saying. But the idea, like, I'm going to set this guy... I actually set this guy straight. Right. That's the guy who, like, an international criminal court is like, yeah, this guy should be arrested. And he's not really listening to that. But, a guy with a little hat who does a show. A guy who wears a little hat who does a show with his skateboard friends. He came and he set me straight. Now, you know, I'm reconsidering the whole thing now. It would almost be charming in its naivete if it weren't so disgusting, the whole thing. And backwards and honestly kind of a comment on humanity itself, where we're at right now and how far behind we are as a species anyway. So really with what's going on, I think God should come down. Oh, your species? Hey, God, what are you doing, man? I don't know. What's going on, man? Okay, no more of that. That's the last one.
And on the Israeli side, you have Netanyahu himself,
Who?
his top diplomatic advisor, and the Israeli ambassador to the U.S.
And others. I don't know who they were. Didn't ask either.
No cameras,
Great.
no transcripts, just a government, a message, and a room full of people who control what millions of Americans see online.
Wrong. There were many cameras, like I mentioned. Wrong. There were many cameras, like I mentioned. Jessica was taking pictures. They're on her Instagram.
Right.
She posted a bunch. And then I was like,
it's exactly what this lady meant. Right. Yeah, I mean, this is a very funny comedy channel to me. That's why I like watching this and making fun of it. It's just like, you can't write stuff this funny because it is like somebody lying all the time. There is something funny about it, somebody lying who doesn't have the adult sophistication to lie properly. You know, people lie to us all the time in the media, but they do it in a way where it's like, maybe we left something out here. Tim Pool has what we call the little kid approach to lying, where it's just like right out. It's like easy to spot. Because this lady, who's also like a right-wing kook, Kim Iverson, she's like, hey, if this meeting's all on the up and up, hey, no big deal. We really want people to see this meeting. Why wasn't it recorded? Why weren't there cameras there, in other words? And Tim Pool was like, there is cameras there. Some lady took pictures. There was people snuck some pictures. Yeah, I don't think that's what she meant. I think she meant, why isn't the whole meeting public? Then, if this pendejo wanted to just hang out with podcasters, why not record that and upload it? And I don't know, maybe he forgot that just like basically seconds before he's like, no, people were taking pictures. He played a clip of himself.
They actually took our phones from us. And
right.
I legit thought they would maintain Chatham House rules, meaning...
They took your phones, too. No, but people were all taking pictures. This is great, man. Totally transparent, bro. Oh, they took our phones.
Well, the goal was to address the growing anti-Israel backlash in right-wing media, especially among pro-Trump populist and Gen Z influencers who are watching footage from Gaza and beginning to question everything.
No, it isn't. Man, holy shit, you got me swearing, Kim. You are a lying scumbag.
Hey, man!
I said that...
Yeah, whoa, man. Hey, give her a break, bro.
Hey, look, I respect this lady. I've had her on my show, but she is a...
toilet.
And...
videos aren't real.
Hey, whoa, man, that's a lady. You can't throw her quarters and then say, hey, what's going on, man? You can't do that, man.
Now, here's a story I've never told until now.
Let's hear it.
This all reminded me of something that happened to me personally back in March of 2020 when I was invited onto Tim Pool's podcast.
Indeed, she was.
Before we went live, myself and some of his staff were just hanging out in the kitchen, just talking, and I casually mentioned that I had just returned from a trip to the West Bank.
Whoa.
Okay.
Not even a political statement, just a fact. And immediately, like snapping fingers, his three staffers all jumped in. We're pro-Israel. Yep, very, very pro-Israel.
Not
really?
true.
What did you see? Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Tell us more. Just a shutdown. And
it's so remarkable how she's making this up. This literally never happened.
She's lying.
Guys, there's no scenario where someone comes in, they're like, I went to the West Bank. We love Israel. Like, it literally never happened. It's like, I think the statement I usually say is like, I don't know. I like Israel, I guess. I'm not really interested in their country. It's foreign war, right?
Ah, man, this poor dumb guy doesn't know what to say. He's like, hey, this lady's lying. That's a made-up story. I got nothing to do with it. I like this country's government. I don't know anything about it, though, but I went to go meet with this prime minister of this country, but I don't know anything about it. I just want to stay out of it. This guy's all over the place. He has no idea what the hell to do or what he's doing. It does seem like he's kind of falling into a trick here, where this other right-wing commentator is like, hey, look at this guy. He's just part of the system, meeting with these world leaders. This guy's an insider. And people like me, we're the real outsider journalists. And he's just like, no, well, yes, no. This guy's just getting tricked from every side because he's trickable.
Well, to no real surprise, Tim Pool clapped back at the segment I did yesterday where I criticized him having a secret Chatham House rules meeting with Netanyahu and other Israeli senior officials. I want to play for you a little bit of the video that he did. He put out numerous tweets. In fact, here was one of the longest tweets that he put out.
Oh, man.
Subsequent tweets after
he wrote
this
all
one.
that?
In fact,
hey, He wrote all that? The tweet reads,
"Look at my penis."
No, come on, man. Hey, come on, man. This is Twitter X, not some kind of garbage dump, man.
I'm having a hard time.
Come on, this is not Chatham House rules. You know what I mean?
Cider House rules.
You know what I mean? Like, this,
right.
Come on. I don't mean to be mean to Jessica, but she clearly doesn't know about what the elites know, which is about Chatham House rules. There she is walking
check
around
the
with her
attitude,
phone.
Kim.
I don't mean to be rude to Jessica Krause, but...
Hey, check the attitude, Kim, or you're going to get one of these.
Wrong.
But she's clearly not an elitist like me.
Attitude.
What he's admitting to here. So he said they took the phones, and then he says, and then when I say there were no phones, no cameras, he says, wrong, Jessica was going around taking pictures. Right, but then they took the phones when you had the meeting. So yes, she took some gawking photos like the J6ers that were walking through the Capitol building in awe, looking around. Yeah, she did that, but then they took the phones. And that was my point. It was an off-the-record, it wasn't even an off-the-record meeting. That would have been better. It was a meeting that was meant to propagandize, give you information.
Oh man, she got views on this too. And there's one way to summarize this segment that this lady did.
She spit on them.
She spit on him. Sounds like this. Yeah, you know, this is really kind of a the girls are fighting type story. They're doing some...
She spit on them.
They're doing a little bit of...
The man asks me a hard question.
Okay, stop. You know, it's kind of like internet drama stuff. But it does kind of seem like maybe this guy is getting constantly caught in lies, but like another lie where she's like, oh, this was maybe going to be kept entirely secret, but some lady snuck her phone out or something. And then when you saw that somebody snuck their phone out, you were like, oh, hey, by the way, I'm doing this meeting. I'm doing this kind of secretive meeting with somebody who wants to like funnel propaganda through me. Hey, oh no, everything's fine. Everything's on the up and up. I'm just doing a meeting. I have no interest in these kind of people, but I'm doing a meeting, a secret meeting. I think partly what this lady is doing is a very clever like media strategy where she's like, look, I'm the real outsider. Look at this guy. He's just another one who's snuggling up with the political elite, not me.
But this is more sinister. Chatham House rules is come to a meeting.
Okay.
Don't tell anybody who the meeting was with.
Okay.
Don't tell anybody. Don't say who was here. Don't talk about. Don't even say which government. No attributing factors whatsoever. But take every single piece of information we give you and go ahead and share it. Go ahead and share it. Share it with everybody far and wide. That's propagandizing. That's the reason why it's so sinister.
What a fascinating story right here.
Again, you know, pretty funny if the topic weren't so terrible. Where this guy's like, oh man, these idiots, they don't know anything about journalism. They don't know about the Cider House rules, all this crap. These people don't know anything about journalism. Also, I don't really know anything about this. This thing that everybody, you know, should by now know what's going on in this situation. I don't know really anything about it or care. I don't know anything about it, but I am going to go meet with this person in a closed door secret meeting. I don't know anything about it though, but I'm a journalist. You know, this lady is... But she is right. This guy's story just doesn't make sense, and he's an idiot, you know. Glenn.
All right, next question.
Videos aren't real.
In regards to the independent media environment, I am interested in your opinion of Tim Pool and Dave Rubin,
who,
and I think a few others, having a secretive meeting with Netanyahu. Do you think this is concerning for independent media? Do you have any ethical concerns, or is it a normal practice for journalists
He's probably
meet
got
with
some
foreign
concerns
leaders in this way to get out information?
Take your time, Glenn.
Not unheard of for journalists to have off-the-record meetings with American political leaders and even foreign leaders. Obviously, why would a foreign leader want to meet in secret with a journalist, or why would a foreign leader want to meet in secret with influencers?
I have no idea.
Because
Please
they
explain
want
it.
to impart to them propaganda about why they should be more aligned with that country's agenda or that leader's way of thinking.
Okay, please talk slower, Glenn.
And just maybe like general impressions. So it was rules of secrecy, basically.
No, it was not.
They weren't allowed
Take
to
it
quote
back.
Netanyahu. They weren't allowed to talk about what he said.
Right.
And I do think this points to a problem in independent media. I think one of the problems that we were just talking about with corporate media is that they became too partisan, too ideological.
Okay.
Too willing to act subserviently to a particular faction, the U.S. security state, the Democratic Party, whatever. And I think there's definitely that same problem in independent media. I've talked before about how the easiest way to have success, financial success, rating success.
Right. It's
in
the
this
notes.
new independent media.
It's the notes that you don't play with Glenn's speaking style. It's the spaces in between. He's doing jazz. Yeah, so this is kind of interesting. I don't know, maybe kind of unethical to use such a tragedy to, do social media crap. But Glenn is kind of saying the same thing as that lady, but in a kind of nicer way. He's like, look, I don't really know. There are secret meetings in journalism, but hey, this is kind of a problem with the corporate media. They kind of just turn into propaganda. I'm not, I don't know. Not naming any names, but, So I don't know. It's hard to decipher why this bonehead, the hat guy, like why he would even go to this meeting. Because now he's kind of just being used for other people to be like, hey, look, this guy, he's not an authentic journalist, da-da-da-da. I mean, maybe he thinks he's going to get more out of it. Who knows? But either way, it is very stupid. I will say that. That's one thing that's confirmed. It's very stupid. Well, anyway, guys, there we go. A wacky story that reminds us of the fact that
Videos aren't real.
And we must demand that they
show me the proof, dumbass.
Well, I hope you guys are showing the proof to dumbasses. Is it Monday? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. That's private. I cannot confirm nor deny whether or not that's the case. But I hope you're having a great day. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Wow, what an episode. I like the part when that guy was like, hey, are these your quarters? Maybe you could enjoy them more on the floor when I throw them on there. That was a good part. What was I just talking about? Oh yeah, subscribe on Patreon. You're missing episodes every week, so subscribe on Patreon. All you gotta do is click the link in the description, and you can be a member for as little as $2 per month. That's it. Wow, disgusting. That's a disgustingly low price, if you ask my opinion, which you did not. But yeah, that supports the show and all its other crap. Really? So please do it. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.